Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading on how to get over someone. Before I start this reading, I just want to let all of you guys know who purchased my love reading sale that I am about to start in on your readings. I have 2 or 3 more readings left for some people who purchased regular readings from me before the sale. So I got to do those today, but I'm going to be caught up and start in on your love readings. So just have patience with me. Remember, it can take up to 20 days for you to receive your love reading because every time I have a sale, a lot of people purchase. But I am working hard at this all day long, every day. I'm loving it. This is my dream life, and I just want to thank you guys so much for all of your support. So let's get started. This is a reading for those of you guys who are into someone, but you just know intuitively that this person isn't for you. Maybe you guys have been stuck on this person for a long time and nothing's happened. And maybe for others of you guys, you know that this is like an addiction or an obsession. Maybe there's a part of you that wants to get over this person. Maybe this is an ex or somebody who treated you poorly. Maybe it's someone who abused you. So this is actually for those of you guys who are trying to or want to get over the person. This is not a reading for those of you guys who are like still want to continue this connection or who know that this is someone that you want to be with and you just know it's going to work out. This is for those of you guys who've gotten the message that it's time to let go, but you just don't know how. So we're going to go ahead and look into your unique situation and see if we can find a way that you can try to let go of this person for your greatest and your highest good, so that you can focus on yourself and focus on your life and stop allowing this person to drain your energy. So let's go ahead and get into this. Go ahead and choose a number 1, number 2, or number 3, and we're going to get started. If you choose number 1, we're going to look into this connection, and then we're going to see how you can let go of this person. So number 1. Yeah, so we're getting this message here that it is time to let go of control over this situation and over this person. And I feel like for the longest time, you've been trying to just allow the situation to unfold naturally, but nothing has happened. You just keep waiting and waiting and waiting for this person to come in your life, for this person to come back. There's a very strong attraction here. You're trying to stay optimistic about it, but there's this message coming through that you need to let go of control here, and it is time for you to let go. And so a very clear message that although there is an attraction here, and perhaps this person is even attracted to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that this person's meant for you and that this is supposed to happen. So I feel like these cards are just kind of reiterating that, yeah, it's time to let go of this person. So how can you do this? Let's go ahead and draw from my Enchanted Tarot. Messages for you and like what action you need to take. So we've got the High Priestess, we got the 5 of Hearts, we've got the Hermit, 7 of Wands, and 2 of Swords. So very interesting spread we have here. High Priestess is telling you that it's time for you to follow your intuition. You've been having dreams about this person and about this situation. Maybe you've even done some healings and some meditations. Maybe you've even gone as far as to do past life regressions to try to figure out like what is this connection. And they're telling you that your intuition has been trying to tell you for a long time that you need to step away and let this go. And it's time for you to become more aware and more receptive and intuitive and use like your psychic abilities, which we all have, to push your ego out of the way and let the forces of a higher power work through you. You know, this has created a lot of chaos in your life. And I feel like this is a lesson for you to learn how to like let this chaos work for you. This is helping you to reach a higher level of spiritual awareness. As you've been like feeling into this person and feeling into this situation, no doubt you've been lurking them and like wondering what's going on with them and thinking about them and tapping into their energy and tapping into their consciousness, because that's what you do every time you're like thinking about this person and pining for them and trying to figure this out. So funny enough, this person might actually just be serving as a catalyst for you to be able to learn about your psychic abilities. It's actually really funny. What led me to be able to get so good at card reading is that there was this person that I was really into, and I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on between me and this connection with them, because I just felt it so strong, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Why do I keep thinking about this person? Why can't I let this go? And so through my tarot cards, I would do readings on it. I would tap into them. I try to figure everything out. And it's kind of part of what taught me how to read cards and how to read tarot, and partly why I'm so good at love readings. So maybe in a way this person came across your path to actually like teach you how to tap into your psychic abilities. So think about this in a positive way. Like, what has this person taught you about yourself and about your intuition? Because by this point, you're probably really good at being able to tap into this person's energy and being able to like intuitively just know what's going on with them. So you do have a very strong psychic bond with this person, but they're telling you it's important to cut these cords and to kind of break that, because you don't want to like continuously be tapping into that person's energy and also sending them these emotions of like fear and darkness and frustration. In order to kind of sever this connection, you need to start sending this person love and light instead of sending them that fear and that anxiety, because they do feel that, you know. It's called like psychic attack, actually. Whenever people are thinking about you in a bad way, it can come to you, and that's why it's important for you to learn how to ground yourself, how to shield yourself, how to kind of recognize when that's happening. Maybe I'll do another video at some point on psychic attack. You're strong and you can contain your energy, and you don't have to worry about like, oh no, like someone's attacking me. Like you have your own power, and you can put up your own energy and your own force field around you, and set intentions that you can be stronger than that. But just think like about the energy you're sending this person. You know, you're probably like not thinking positively about them and about the connection. And if this person is with someone else, you're probably sending a lot of negative thoughts their way, and jealousy and hatred towards the person that they're with, and or if they're just in another place in their life and like working on their career, and like you might be frustrated and upset about like them, you know, maybe not being able to like pay attention to you and stuff like that. And so it's like you're sending them kind of this negative energy. And so this is kind of like a check yourself message about thinking like, what are you sending out when it comes to this person? Because whatever you send out, you get back, and it kind of can backfire on you. And so they're telling you, you know, it's important to direct your psychic ability with harmony and to be in alignment with like the desires of yourself and the universe. And you know, synchronicity reveals that the universe approves. And if there hasn't been any synchronicity, if there hasn't been any forward movement, if this person just keeps moving further and further away from you, you've got to really trust in that sign, in that message. If this person was meant for you, there would be signs, there would be messages, there would be communication, this would be moving forward. But it seems like for you, it just keeps moving further and further away. And so you keep attaching to that and keep trying to pull it in. And that's a state of resistance. And that state of resistance can actually affect your entire life. It's keeping you from being able to receive other positive things. You know, what if there's another soulmate, another twin flame, or someone else out there that's meant for you? Maybe there's someone right in front of you. Maybe you're in a relationship and it's driving you further away from your partner. Maybe it's keeping you from being able to focus on your dreams and your creativity, and it's stalling you from being able to make important decisions in your life. And so this is about actually using your energy for good, and you know, trusting in your desires, but also like surrendering them to the universe. And so you know, it's time for you to go within and be aware of like your connection to everything, and to really realize the power of your intuition and to try to use it for your highest good and your greatest joy. So next we're getting the Five of Hearts. So the Five of Hearts is all about disappointment, you know, and so it's like the universe feels for you because there's this disappointment that's happened, and you know, you've been rejected, and it's like you still clinging to this person is kind of putting off you facing that. And rejection and abandonment can be difficult because many of us have faced this throughout our lives. Sometimes it's a pattern that goes back to childhood. Some of us faced abandonment or rejection from one or both of our parents. And so when it comes to our love relationships, we really try to cling on to these people that we're into. And when we face that abandonment and rejection, we'll do anything not to experience that again. But sometimes that's why we keep manifesting these situations over and over again where we're like abandoned or rejected by our lovers, because we haven't faced that initial core wound. And so we're getting really meta on this, you guys. We're going deep on this. You know, basically this is a time of disappointment. And but it's time for you to make a conscious effort to overcome it. If you can step outside of that fantasy and that illusion of this situation, you actually can be able to overcome this. And they're telling you, yes, you've lost a love here, but you have gained a lot of experience. And this experience is going to make you stronger. They're saying through feeling depressed and despondent, you must be kind to yourself as you would be to someone else in another situation. You know, think about if like one of your friends was in your shoes. You would probably understand and want to be very kind and very empathetic to them and want to help them through that. And so I'm definitely seeing this energy of you needing to, you know, not be so hard on yourself, because I know the message from this card was kind of rough, realizing, wow, like what kind of energy am I really putting out there to this person, you know, but don't be hard on yourself. I think everybody does this. I think so many people have been through this, and this is just part of life, learning how to cope with this. And, you know, it's hard for you to realize like this is the end. It's just so hard for you. You know, see all these broken hearts, and it's like this dude over here, he's just not even looking in your direction, and you know that like this person's not going to face you. But the message behind this card is like, it's time for you to force yourself to look outward to new interests. So this is about you taking all the energy that you were putting into this person and into this connection and actually putting it into yourself. Not allowing this person to leak your energy anymore. Allowing yourself to really focus on what's in front of you, not what's on behind you. So I do see that this relationship has been shattered. You know, there was like a loss of a friendship, and it's sad. You know, you hope that this time of unfulfillment will pass. Basically, this has left you really emotionally vulnerable, and the flowers here in this card though are this beautiful symbol, that the universal symbol of like love's presence in your life. It's saying love can and will bloom again, but you have to let go of this in order to allow that. And so, you know, they're telling you to walk away from this person. They're telling you, you might even need professional counseling. That might even be, you know, if this is really taking you to depression and you just can't let go, don't be afraid to seek help and to talk to people about this. I've gone through this. I know so many people who've gone through this, and talking to someone can definitely help you, and it can help you get to the root of like what this is, because sometimes, like I said, we manifest situations like this into our life because of a deeper core wound that happened when we were younger, that happened as part of our trauma, or that we never had the time to really experience or unpack. And professional help and therapy can really help you to overcome that and to kind of see the way that like you're creating this in your life. And so I do see you being successful in the future. I do see that like on the other side of this is going to be so much happiness and joy and manifestations and things that you want into your life. But this is just a big challenge, you know? So, and it's blocking you from being able to feel happy in the moment. And maybe there's like this fear of happiness and fear of success. Maybe you haven't really allowed yourself to experience that in your life, and so it's something that's really unknown. And so this is a way for you to kind of keep yourself in a space that's comfortable, that is familiar. And so now there's this message that like you need to kind of become like the hermit and spend some time on introspection. maybe through therapy or through journaling or writing or just time in quiet solitude, thinking about like, you know, where does this come from? Like, when did this start? Like, is there anything that happened in my life, like a trigger that like led me to this attachment that has caused me to kind of be stuck here? And so I actually see that this is going to help you to develop the power of like mastery. Once you master this situation, you're going to be so strong, and your powers and your energy are going to come back to you, and you're going to be able to manifest some awesomeness into your life. And so they're saying it's time for you to withdraw and follow your inner light. If you spend this time in introspection, it will help you improve yourself. You need to be mature, and you need to have a deliberate purpose so that you can resolve this issue. As you're spending time in introspection, start thinking about if there's any hobbies or like activities or creative things that you want to try. If there's any area of your life that you've been neglecting, maybe you manifested this as a way for you to kind of keep from moving forward in other areas of your life. Now that you won't be putting so much energy into the longing of this connection, maybe you can start something for yourself to move forward from your present situation. This energy has a lot to do with your creativity, because if you realize all of this energy is taking place in the sacral chakra, the energy center that's right beneath our belly button. That is the energy center for relationships, but it's also the powerhouse for our creativity. So this situation has been blocking you from being creative and been blocking you from realizing what your true desires are for your life. And just know that your desires are what ultimately leads you to your life mission and your soul purpose. Excuse me. So basically this is a huge blockage. So I would highly recommend doing sacral chakra clearing meditations, and just YouTube it. There's so many awesome sacral chakra clearing meditations. You can find ones that are only 5 minutes long, or you can do a full hour if you really want to get into it. But this will really help. I've tried this. It's really helped me get back into alignment, clear out my energy. And they're saying that don't waste your time and your energy on this person anymore. It's time for you to let go. And they're saying you're going to be receiving advice during this time of like this hermit mode. You're going to be receiving guidance. You're going to be able to kind of pivot your life into this new direction. You're going to be receiving wisdom. The answers are not all going to be revealed to you at once. So keep in mind this is going to be a process. But just know that it's time for you to kind of withdraw and be on your own. And also like spend some time out in nature, allowing just nature to heal you. It's so gentle, it's so loving, it's so kind. And if you feel disconnected, ask yourself, when was the last time that I got out into nature and allowed myself to really just feel the love of the sunshine and the plants and the animals? It helps me so much. Yesterday I went to the park because I'm in the middle of the city right now. And so it's like been giving me like these weird vibes. And this always happens to me when I'm in the middle of the city. And so just going to the park for a day recharged me, chilled me out, helped me to be able to get through the rest of my readings. And I believe it will help you in this situation too. So 7 of Wands is actually about having courage, because you're fighting this battle. This is like your brain is stuck on this program. And so this person in this situation is going to keep coming up, and you're going to have to face those thoughts and, you know, not try to cover them up, but like remind yourself of the truth that, you know what, this is not what's in front of me right now. What's in front of me is my life. What's in front of me is this moment. What can I do in this moment to be creative, to express myself, to be grounded in the present? You know, pick up some paints and draw something with the intention that you're going to be in the present and you're going to really make decisions in your life to move forward, and you're not going to get stuck in fantasy and illusion anymore. So they're saying you are challenged to stand by your values in life. Like, connect yourself with what your values are. And they're saying it's time for you to be assertive and to trust your judgment and your intuition. And to know that even though this is difficult for you to make this decision to actually start moving in a different direction and to do something about this attachment, you will actually be able to handle this. they're saying, remember that the difference between a hero and a heroine and a coward is that the former goes forward in spite of fear. So go forward in spite of fear. You know, you're afraid, but to let go of this person because this is all you know. And maybe this is like, this attachment has been like your coping mechanism. And they're telling you, find other ways to cope, you know, than just disappearing into this, you know, connection. And so they're saying you need to spend time on things that you love. You need to really find some kind of creative outlet. And if you're wondering what you should do creatively, check out my pick a card reading I posted recently called What Type of Artist Are You? And it might be able to give you some ideas to kind of jumpstart your creativity. So they're saying don't compromise here. You've got to make a decision to seriously let this go. So Two of Swords is all about balance. And they're saying you need to take a break from your usual way of thinking, seeing, and doing things, and to actually consider alternative viewpoints. Consider that maybe this attachment is kind of what's keeping you back from thriving in life. Maybe this connection is actually what's helping you to escape and disappear from some real decisions that need to be made in your life. And, you know, it's time for you to rest and relax. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. You need to relax. It's going to take a little bit of work for you to be able to kind of move past this habit and past this cycle in your life to on to the next thing. But there will be rewards, there will be blessings, and there will be signs and messages and information coming through that's going to tell you you're on the right path with this. And so they're saying for now, just kind of let things stand as they are. But really start getting into that hermit mode and really thinking about, like, what can you do now? And I feel like the answer really is to focus on your desires and your creativity. And so this has basically been a way for you to procrastinate and realizing that you know, waiting until this comes through before you start your life is not really the best way to handle things right now. And I feel like there's a lot of love out there for you. You know, you might not have all the pieces of the puzzle, but it's really time to just let things stand as they are and focus on each day, each moment, not thinking about the future anymore. This is an escapism into the future. And for some of you guys, also into the past. And so it's really about just being here in the present moment. That's all we have. The future is simply just an addition of all of our present moments. And so the way to really have the most amazing future is to do your best in the present moment. Once again, this is a no. This is a strong no that, like, you need, this is a no. The universe is saying this relationship is not moving forward. You need to let this go. Any other messages about this situation? You've been putting off this grieving cycle, and this is like so hard. It's actually a stage of the grieving process. One of the first stages of the grieving process is denial. So you know, it's kind of like, you know, when someone passes away, at first you're like in shock and you're in disbelief, and there's like this rush, this euphoria of kind of like not believing it. And I've experienced this. It's just this kind of weird euphoria of kind of feeling like it's not real, and then it kind of sets in over time and it takes you down into that anger and that sadness. And so you've been kind of like hanging on to that euphoria of denial, and it's time for you to let that go and to allow the grieving process. You're probably going to get very depressed and very sad and very angry, and you're going to probably feel guilty and ashamed and feel like you wasted your time, and you're going to feel silly about anything you said or anything you did. But that's all part of the process, and remember that part of this is also forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for anything you feel like you may have done, and just realize you're human. How many people go through this? Comment below if you've been through this, and just read everyone's comments and see that you're not alone. And see that, like, this is something so many of us are going through, and it's a huge spiritual lesson. You are going to become balanced through this, and you're going to be in the transition to a lot of change in your life. They're saying, like, your home situation could change in a positive way. You may be led to seek a new home, or to move somewhere or something like that is coming up for a lot of you guys. If not, then it's just like your home will be changed, and like the energy inside where you live is going to be affected by this in a positive way. And also there's going to be happiness. You're going to have a chance at actually feeling happy and not feeling like anything's missing from your life, because you'll be grounded and rooted in the present. So I'm sending you so much love and light with this reading. You are truly a warrior to be able to go through this. I'm sending you so much love and light. Peace out. So those of you guys who chose number 2, let's just take a look into this connection, and then we'll see some messages for how you can get over this person. So I do see that like it's hard for you because there has been some flirting here. You know in your heart, or you're starting to get that message that this isn't going anywhere, but you're getting mixed messages from the other person because they flirt with you, they connect with you sometimes, and then they just go off and leave you alone. And so it's like this back and forth, because I feel like the other person is kind of uncertain on what they want here. And so ultimately, I do feel like there's gonna have to be some kind of heart-to-heart conversation between you and this person to like draw a boundary with them and to let this go. Because they're telling you to love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This is about self-respect. Maybe this person keeps coming back to get some, you know what I mean? Whether it's just flirting or attention or sex or whatever, maybe this is a connection that's just not healthy. And so they're telling you it's time for you to love yourself first. So they're saying if you desire more romance, and that's what you're really looking for, you want that connection. You don't just want the flirting. You don't just want the sex without the romance. You want this connection. And so they're saying if you desire more romance, first look at yourself in a caring and non-critical way, of course. The more you love who you are, the greater your capacity to feel loved by others. This means trusting yourself to take good care of you, and it may entail becoming more assertive. Don't worry, you can still be very lovable while affirming your boundaries. Perhaps this means spending some time alone instead of in a relationship. During this period, you can delve into introspection to understand the patterns of your love life. Ultimately, you can take responsibility for attracting and agreeing to every relationship you've had. To heal your heart, find the blessing and lessons you've gained from each one. For instance, have you become stronger, more independent, or more patient as a result of your prior relationships? If so, let everything else from the past go except for the lessons and the love. This card emphasizes the importance of loving yourself first, especially as you prepare for your next relationship. As you gain self-respect, you'll begin attracting more loving people into your life. This will lead to healthy friendships and romances based upon mutual respect. And I think that's what this is about. This is about you like taking that step to respect yourself, to know that this isn't going anywhere. And this is just someone that you need to really give the boot to. And I actually do feel that there's someone else coming into your life on the other side of this relationship. There's someone else that wants to come in, and maybe we'll uncover that towards the end. So let's go ahead and pull some cards about what's going down here and what needs to happen in this situation to help you really let go of this person and move on. Lots of swords, you know? So you're still kind of in the middle. You're still kind of like, I don't know if I should let go. It's really hard. There's a connection. Sometimes this person says they got it for you. Other times they're like, they disappear. And so this connection is still kind of going on, and it's hard because you don't want to be alone. But this is definitely creating some opposition in your life and creating some energy around your life. This is affecting your life, you know? So they're saying to escape from the opposition you're encountering, you need to be logical and persistent. I feel like this person's trying to trick you. they might be aware of it. This might be someone who's an abuser or a narcissist or a psychopath or something, so you need to be careful. Or it could just be this person's unaware and unconscious. But whatever the situation, like, your consciousness has risen, you're kind of at a different level, and you're ready for the real thing. This is about you fighting for the real thing, because you're not getting your needs met here. And so they're saying, you gotta realize that your troubles are self-created. When you continue to engage in this relationship, you continue to create this web of trouble. And so they're saying, it's time for you to identify and eliminate your repeated negative patterns of behavior so that you can stop adding the energy to the forces that oppose you. Because whatever you put out, you get back. So if you keep putting energy into this relationship, you're gonna keep getting this negativity back, this unwillingness for them to really connect, the back and forth, the up and down. And so I really do see there's so much opposition here, and you're such a kind person, you're an empath, and so you want to help this person, and they might even be latching on to you for your kindness, and it's time for you to protect your light. Because I feel like you're getting prepared for a higher relationship. I do feel someone else is going to come into the situation, but first you need to let go of this person. And so they're telling you, your attitude about, using your power and your authority is being tested. They're saying, you see this person kind of as an authority figure, and so you have a hard time like standing up to them. And so they're telling you, you gotta kind of balance this. You don't want to deal with this in a harsh manner, but you also don't want to deal with this in a weak manner. Like, there is going to be this conversation where you're going to have to break it off or take a step back. And you're going to want to do it in an assertive way so they understand that you're serious, but not do it in such a harsh way that it creates this lashback from them and puts you back into the cycle, if that makes sense. You also don't want to do it in such a weak way that they feel like they got to keep coming at you and pressuring you, So it's like a kind of a delicate dance here with this person in this situation. They're saying, realize that you're strong. And you do have authority over your own life, and you need to focus on your goal here. And I do feel like there's a goal you need to focus on with your creativity. I'm going to pull some more cards. The angels are here for you. This has been a lot of adversity in your life, but they're saying, expect that you're going to be able to get out of this. It's time for you to really nurture yourself now and be able to trust and move forward in enthusiasm. They're asking you, this has been such a big distraction that it's been keeping you from realizing, like, what are you really enthusiastic about in life outside of this person and this relationship in your love life, in other areas of your life? What are you enthusiastic about? Because this has created this shadow over your whole life to where you haven't been able to think about, like, what's fun for you, what gives you joy, like how do you want to explore yourself creatively? Are you really happy in your job and the lifestyle you're living? Do you want to make some changes? I feel like there's some beautiful opportunities for you to be able to make changes right now. If you can step away from this relationship and spend that time on your own and nurture yourself, know that the universe is going to watch over you and support you. I feel like it's very, very hard for you to be alone. That's what the message that I'm getting, is that you rather settle for a relationship like this than be alone. And so they're saying, it's time for you to be enthusiastic about yourself, about what really gives you that delight and that joy, because moving towards your desires and your passions actually puts you into alignment with your soul mission and your life purpose. And it also puts you into alignment with the people and places and situations that are truly meant for you. So you don't want to block yourself to your soulmate, to your twin flame. So it's time for you to kind of go with the flow here and realize the flow is trying to push you away from this person. Look at all these swords. It's just telling you, like, you're being stabbed and stabbed and stabbed. This relationship's getting nastier and nastier and more unpredictable and frustrating. And that's kind of a message that, like, a door is closing and you need to, like, take that exit. So the Eight of Swords, another swords card, is about indecision. There's a part of you that knows you want to end this, but you're still really on the fence. And so they're saying you need to really see the whole picture of this relationship. Look back and like spend some time in introspection and like look at the whole picture. Like, what has this experience been like overall? Stop getting stuck in the fantasy that this person's gonna change or this situation's gonna change, because it's a cycle, it's a pattern, it's a habit, and you're gonna start realizing like, wow, like this is predictable. Like, it's predictable because it's kind of abusive, you know? And so they're saying, don't act immediately. Like, spend some time really thinking about this message and thinking about what you want and like what your truth really is. Spend a little bit of time to think about this before you really have that conversation with the person. But, you know, really look patiently within for answers from your higher mind. I can't make this decision for you, you know? This is a decision you got to make for yourself. So they're saying time to see the whole picture. You know, wait patiently for illumination from your higher mind. Don't analyze this, don't overanalyze it, but you shouldn't, you know, don't wait for another person to rescue you. Don't wait for another relationship before you leave this one. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to work, to start putting more energy into your work, into building something for yourself, for your future. And that's going to give you some more energy to be able to stand strong. I'm going to ask a question. If you continue this relationship, what is the outcome going to be? Just so you can kind of see it yourself. If you continue in this relationship, what is the outcome going to be? Ugh, I mean, this isn't, you know, we're getting the Fool and the Ten of Swords. I mean, look at this. So, Ten of Swords is a card of ruin. This means ruin. I mean, look, ruin. It says, it's time for you to really let go and let God here. You know, this isn't leading to anything. And, you got to accept that the struggle will end, though, as soon as you're ready for it to end. So you do have power over the situation. I really want to empower you to know that you have the power and the universe wants to help you, but you have to be the one, you have free will. So you have to be the one to take that first step, you know? And so, you know, blessed release will come at the ending of this relationship. And, you know, healing a wound this deep could require professional help. You know, you might need to seek help for this. And there's amazing free therapy you can get in any town. And usually, like, if you just look for it, it's going to find you. And, you know, they're saying don't attempt this alone. You might want to reach out to your friends and, like, ask them what they think, or talk to someone and tell them, I'm thinking about ending this relationship. Do you mind if I crash on your couch for like a night or two, just so I can like kind of just be with someone? Or you know, do you mind if we plan on hanging out once a week and just going for a walk in nature and just being in the moment together? Or do you want to take a pottery class with me just to help me get my mind off of it? You know, seek your friends, definitely for help and for support. Not for therapy though. You know, don't dump everything on your friends. It's okay to talk about your feelings, but just be mindful. But, you know, seek your friends for comfort and also for, like, just spending time in the moment and getting your mind off of it. And, it's time for you to, like, find a new perspective here, basically. And, you know, you have these hopes and these dreams that you kind of put on this person. So it's sad because, like, all of that illusion's being shattered right now. But you are going to be able to put your life into order. If you continue on in this relationship, it's just going to be this cycle that starts over and over again. It's not going anywhere. You're going to continue just running in circles with this person. And so they're telling you it's time for you to take a chance outside of this and to see what happens. You know, be open like a child. You know, it's time for you to also have a sense of humor. If you can't see the cosmic joke in every situation, you kind of lost the point of life. So, you know, you can always laugh at it and just be like, oh, there I go again. You know, this person's just always going to be how they are, you know, and just kind of laugh at it. And this is about you taking a risk. You know, don't look back or second guess your decision. It's time for you to really have innocence and faith and to know, like, Maybe if you pass this, like, there will be blessings. Maybe the universe will, like, see how hard this has been for you, and like, and maybe the energy that you create by like putting out this big burst of energy and momentum to make this change is going to come back to you in a very positive way. And so let's go ahead and see what's coming into your life in love on the other side of this person, because I do want to just give you some encouragement that there is someone beautiful out there that won't run you around in circles, and that will be able to commit and be there for you. So let's see what this is. They're telling you, you've got to let go of control here and be ready to have the conversation to break it off with the person. Yes, you're very attracted to them and they're very attracted to you, but it's time to end it. When you're ready, you know, if this message doesn't apply to you, no worries, you know. I know this is a tough one, but I tell the truth here on Rainbow Harmony. I'm not one of those psychics that likes to tell people what they want to hear. And there's a reason that you watch this. It's like there's an aspect of you that does want to let this go. As hard as it is. I know how hard it is. We've all been through this. So who is coming into your life? Who is coming into your life? What are they like? On the other side of this, who's your like next soulmate, your next romantic partner? Okay, so you know, this is what's standing on the other side of this is the one. You know, this person's holding you back from meeting the one. Come on, you got to get out of there and you got to go meet your person. There could be a wedding or an engagement. It says calling in your soulmate. You know, your prayers, your affirmations, and your visualizations have helped bring you together. And you will forgive and learn and let go of the past with this person you've been engaged with. You know, your friends will help you. You might even make new friends that could help connect you with this person. This is part of your spiritual awakening. This is part of you kind of taking like the elevator up a couple levels in the building as far as your consciousness goes, and leaving this person behind, you know? So what's standing on the other side is the one. Can we get any characteristics of this person and what they might be like? The King of Wands. How beautiful. This is like my favorite card. So this person, the King of Wands, is awesome, okay? It says they're going to be the perfect partner for you. They actually love to hang out like in the country and nature, and this is like an active person that likes sports. They're very mature, but they love tradition and they love family life. So this is someone who can actually commit, okay? Because they're like traditional in that sense that they like to like, you know, they like to have the girlfriend or the boyfriend. They like to, this might be someone, you know, this could be the one who wants to put that ring on the finger, or who is open to marrying you, or just being in like a partnership, and actually being able to make that commitment. And this is someone who's like a gentleman or like a gentlewoman or a gentle they. And this is someone who isn't really, like, they're just very kind. Like, they scorn pettiness and meanness. And so once they hear about this person and what happened, if you end up revealing that to them, they won't be happy about that at all. Like, they want you to be treated like the angel that you truly are. And so this is an honest and noble and dependable person. And they're very dynamic. And they're also like more mathematical and logical. And I feel like the person you've been engaged with is a little bit more of like an emotional wreck. And so this person's got their ducks in a row, basically. And so there actually is someone waiting for you on the other side of all of this. Don't wait for this person to come along before you end this. You are going to have to spend some time on your own, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to help you attract the one. So I hope that this message resonates. I'm sending you so much love and light. Peace out. So if you choose number 3, let's go ahead and see what's going on in this relationship and in this dynamic, and then see how you can finally let go of it. So number 3. For many of you guys, this might be an ex, okay? And they're saying that like the time has really come for you to clear your energy. So, I mean, this is such a clear message. Release your ex. So if this is your ex, this is kind of a message, clear, direct message for you. They're saying, you drew this card because your love life will improve once you emotionally and energetically release your ex-lover. The benefits of doing so include increased happiness, feelings of freedom, and the ability to attract a new lover who would otherwise sense the presence of your ex in your aura. That's some real shit, you guys. Like, you can't attract someone until you really release the past. The moment that you make the decision to let go of the past, it is done. Sometimes this is akin to peeling layers from the onion. It can be a process, you know? So continue releasing your ex whenever the old, familiar feelings arise, or you find yourself attracting people reminiscent of them. As the painting on this card depicts, you may want to ceremonially burn a letter to release the old relationship energy and symbolically let go of old feelings. You know, find some kind of ritual. So they're just saying it's time for you to clear these attachments. This is a past life relationship. That's why it's so hard to let this person go, because you guys have been together in many past lives. The connection is strong. But I do see that there was a purpose for this person in your life, and the purpose was kind of about like just helping you clear like some old energies. And so the clearing process you're going through right now is very instrumental and very fundamental to you being able to move to this new level to manifest your highest good. I'm also seeing that the attraction here is gone. You have to realize that there's not an attraction here anymore. There's nothing here. And so you're hanging on to it. You wonder, oh, are they still like me? Are they still into me? Are they still attracted to me? Are they still want me? And like you're tying your self-worth up in this person. And what if I told you that no? What would that mean to you? If that means that you feel like shit and like you just feel worthless, then that's not good. You can't put your self-worth in another person like that. So this is definitely over. And I feel for you because we've all been through this, myself included. This is just one of the toughest lessons we learn in life, but you become so strong when you overcome it. So let's go ahead and see what my Enchanted Tarot has to say about this relationship and this person and like how you can finally let go. Okay, kind of similar to the message in number 1, but just a little bit different. The High Priestess is talking about trusting in your intuition and realizing that if you really search deep down inside, your intuition has been trying to lead you away from this person for a while. It's not time for you to actually make any big decisions right now. It's okay for you to kind of sit on the fence for a while and to kind of like think about this. Because, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to be over this person overnight. This is a habit. This is an addiction. This is an obsession. Your mind and your brain is in this pattern and it clings to this person whenever things don't go right, whenever like you're sad, whenever you're bored. And so you have to start realizing those emotional triggers. Like, when do you start thinking about this person and longing and clinging to this person? Maybe start taking a journal and taking notes about what happens right before you start going there. You might realize that like when you're bored and you're just like don't have anything to do or think about, that's when this person comes to mind. So maybe it's time for you to really conquer your boredom and start giving yourself hobbies and activities to participate in so that you don't have to feel like you have to escape into that fantasy in order to have a fulfilling moment in your life. Moment to moment, start thinking about like, when do I really start escaping there? Maybe it's because someone in your life is mean to you or like upsets you, or it's because you're lonely. Well, maybe it's time to really start combating your loneliness and calling up a friend and asking them if they want to come over. And if you don't have any friends, start looking for like group activities you can do, even if you have to save up a little bit of money and pay for it. Taking art classes, music classes, anything in a group, dance classes, anything that interests you, joining like a theater group. There's so many ideas. I'm just rambling off what's on the top of my head, but there's so many options out there these days, and you're gonna find people at these group activities who are there for the same reason as you, to make friends. And you'll recognize those people, and you guys will be drawn to each other. So your friends are out there just waiting to get started. You know, maybe you even have a friend and you can ask them, hey, like, how about you invite some more of your friends and we can all get together? I want to meet new people, you know? So it's about being proactive, about getting more people into your social circle so you're not feeling so lonely, and so you're not feeling like you have to escape into this fantasy anymore. And also just know, like, you are going to move forward in love. When you're lonely, it's just a default to think about your ex or to think about this person. But soon this person's going to come in your life and you're going to forget about this person altogether. It's just an easy escape. So maybe instead of escaping into the idea of this person, escape into the idea of who could be coming into your life. Maybe start making a list of, like, your dream person and what they would be like. Maybe start... I have like a list on my phone of like things I want to do with my lover, like just fun stuff, and like it's just like a fun list of me, like all these things I want to experience and do. And so that can kind of keep you from like wanting to feel like this longing and aching for your ex. I also see the Nine of Wands is coming out, and so it's interesting because this has to do with discipline. Like, you're gonna have to actually be very disciplined because it's such a habit and such a familiar energy to go back to this person in your mind and in your energy that you're gonna have to just put this cross up and just be like, no, like, I'm not going there anymore. You've allowed yourself to go there enough at this point. I don't think it would really be abandoning yourself if you started to kind of redirect your thoughts to something more productive. So when this person comes up, train yourself to see it as a sign that you need to focus on your creativity. So let's say you're going along and you sit down, all of a sudden you're bored and you're feeling lonely and these thoughts of your ex come up. Tell yourself, oh, that's a message. That's a message from my higher self and from my intuition that I should do something creative, that I should call up a friend, that I should go on a walk at the park. And, you know, get out a drawing pad and start drawing, and turn on YouTube and turn on Rainbow Harmony. Turn on Infinite Waters or something like a positive message or some music that you like that relaxes you, and spend time in your body and in the present. This is an escape from the present moment because there's something in the present that you don't want to deal with. And I think it's like has to do with you wanting to change your situation and wanting to take some big moves and some big steps. But it's easier for you just to project that onto another person and just think like, if only they were here, I'd be happy. And so we all do this. It's our ego plays tricks on us, and you have to realize that in the moment you really do have the power to create something in your life, to create a happy moment, to create comfort and peace and joy and relaxation for yourself outside of this person. So this is about the world. I think they're also telling you traveling could help for you to like make new memories, even if it's just traveling to a nearby town or looking up some nature locations. I lived in the same town for years and years and years. But I didn't realize that there were like so many cool hiking spots, and like I eventually discovered this river that I had no idea was even there, that I started hanging out at, and like just you never know like what's actually right around the corner if you just spend some time researching and asking around town and looking into it. So even in your own town you can travel and you can explore. So they're saying it's time for you to achieve success. You have to realize how everything has its own seasons and rhythms and cycles, and you're entering into like a death cycle with this person. It's time to truly let them go. And they're telling you you're going to be graduating to a higher level and like really enjoy success here. And so this is a time of culmination. And they're saying, you know, as this old cycle ends, it's time for you to leave these inappropriate habits behind. And I feel like the inappropriate habit here is the longing and the clinging to this person. And so get out there in the world and make new memories and explore things so that your only happy memory isn't just with this person. So I also see Four of Wands, lots of wands here. So it's like they really want you to be passionate and to really power forward here. This is a message that this has come to completion here. And they're saying, like, celebrate the completion. And remember the friendship you guys had and everything, but just it's time for you to, like, celebrate what you learned here. Maybe instead of being so depressed, like, remember like the release your ex card said, like to like let go, like remember the lessons and the love and like let go of everything else. And to know like this has actually come to an end. This has come to a completion. This is over, and it's time for you to like trust that and get out of that denial. We all get in this, don't worry. And you're gonna have courage too, like courage to actually really admit like I'm alone and that's okay. And I actually also see you going into like a hermit mode. This is saying that it's time for you to kind of be like the hermit and spend time in introspection and really think about like what's in front of you, and think about where is this path really leading you? What dreams have you left behind in your path, in your past, in your childhood, in your youth? Was there anything that you left behind that you want to rekindle and you want to really make something of? For me lately, it's been my singing. I used to love singing as a child. I would just sing and sing and sing and sing. I still love singing, and I think I want to kind of work on that and try to make something of that. I have a lot of plans, goals, activities, but I'm at least going to try to like practice singing a couple times a day and not give up on that dream. So maybe it's something like that, you know, something little, but you never know what it could turn into. It's okay to have big dreams. I definitely see myself on stage one day singing, and somehow I know this is going to manifest, and in the meantime I'm just going to keep practicing. So maybe you can start practicing towards something and start kind of putting some power and some energy back into your dreams instead of putting it into this person so much. So any final messages about you in this situation and letting go of this person? The winds of change. They're saying things are going to be changing as you continue to take this step forward. You need to have strength and actually do something. This isn't just something that happens in your head. Okay, I decided I'm going to let go of this person. Actually making that decision looks like taking action. Once again, when this person comes up, deciding, oh, I'm going to take some action. I'm going to call that friend. I'm going to go on a walk at the park. I'm going to put on some music and dance. I'm going to, you know, make a vision board and start thinking about what I want in my life. You know, taking this person as a symbol and as a message that it's time for you to do something in your life. And that way you can use this energy constructively. And as you do that, you'll notice that it's not going to be as intrusive anymore. And when it comes up, you're just going to be like, oh, awesome, another message, I need to do something right now. So I'm sending all of you guys who watch this love and light. This was like a really intense message, I think, for everybody, including me. But I really believe that when we get stuck on someone, it's usually just like a projection of like our own unfulfilled desires in our life. It's usually a message that we're just like bored and we're incomplete in some way. And I found a lot of relief from this situation in my life simply by just like moving towards like my own goals and my own hobbies, my own activities, my own interests. Don't discount how important it is to be creative and to express yourself. We weren't just meant to live these humdrum lives, you know, working 9 to 5, watching Netflix, eating junk food, like, you know, doing our laundry. Like, that's not our life. And I think that's why so many of us escape into romantic relationships, because it's the only thing that like seems like an escape from our life. But once you build a life that you don't need to escape from, you could actually experience love on a higher level, and you don't need to like depend on another person to be like your escape from everything. And so this is about building a life step by step that you can really enjoy and you can really appreciate, so that love is just like the cherry on top to your already amazing life. That way you don't have to escape to this person anymore. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this one. Peace out.